welcome back to Bard College. Hope you are having a good day. If you're joining us, then we are beneath the planetary surface of Chelenosh Prime, having mounted an expedition from Darkusk and caught up with one Dornavar Ormathax in a ancient crumbled bastion. The party has confronted him after dispatching one of his Harmonium Legion, and he has implored them to support his trip to Leminigrod, where he claims a Nemocrux terminus exists that may allow them to commune with the gods. I don't think we had begun a rest at this point, and thus somewhat uncomfortable proximity is kept between you and your quarry as this lone Harmonium Legionnaire looks on. Where would we find your characters in this moment? What would they be doing? I will tell you that Dornavar is probably inspecting his research and his paperwork, while Sorin, the Legionnaire, looks on. What are you guys doing?
Kryn is definitely just beside Xena, keeping a very watchful eye over Dornavar and his Harmonium Legion.
If this is pre-rest, O2 was sat at the table, so he would be checking out the paperwork on the table, seeing the maps.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. You can make, if you're just having a cursory glance and looking over it, you can make a perception check. If you're getting involved, you could make a investigation check if you wish.
He'd be getting involved. He'd be trying to get friendly with Dornavar. He seems like a nice guy.
Sure. So he's kind of ordering some papers, and with that 18, you follow the sequences of what he's doing, and he seems to be organising his notes. It mainly seems to be on the old pantheon, the dead gods, as it were. Not something you would have heard a lot about in your lifetime. Not exactly what else, unless you are proficient somehow in religion.
No, I'm not.
No. Well, you can see a lot of different religious texts together with maps. With the investigation check, you can see an old map of Leminigrod. But yeah, as far as the religious content goes, it's something you could ask him about, or he you see he kind of like he's watching you, and he seems quite interested by your arm as you seem interested in his papers.
So, what is it you want to ask these gods? Seem very keen on talking to them.
Well, if I could commune with the gods, I might ask them how they were destroyed, why they abandoned their progeny across the stars, the very meaning of existence. I don't know. What would you ask a god?
Good way to get rich, I guess. I don't really think about gods all that much.
Good way to get rich. He kind of looks a bit puzzled at the question, but chooses to kind of not inquire further as he kind of puts a few more papers together. Zam, what is Zam doing?
Zam is reading this little back sort of area that kind of looks like some sort of larder.
Yeah.
And is oblivious to Dornavar just helping himself to stuff, seeing what he can put in his pocket. Oh, that looks nice. So I've not seen one of them for a while. And like a light pillage.
Okay. A light pillage.
Yeah, a diet pillage, yeah.
Not full fat.
No, not full fat, no.
Okay. Then you can see various rations, including different kind of mushrooms and lichen, stuff that looks very local, that like it was acquired here. Not many rations you think might have lasted this expedition this far, and you kind of check your own. He's been here a little bit longer. You see a few different bottles of alcohol. There's basically enough to get. Roll me a D6.
Four.
Yeah, about 4 days worth of rations.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to start filling my backpack with stuff.
Okay. And Ina, what are you doing?
I think she would be trying to read Librum or one of the other books that she kind of carries around with her. Probably actually, she's got the Elder Cartographer's Glossography, so I think she'd be doing that and having a look through it, but actually still being distracted by it and just watching Dornavar as much as possible to try and get a read on. Maybe.
So you're
Just
reading
to
your
watch
own
him.
book, but not reading it, like pretending to.
She is trying to read, but she keeps kind of coming back to him and just watching him. I know in the last game, he rolled really well to persuade us all that he was a good guy. So I don't think she's like looking at him critically.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of watching him.
Okay, make an insight check.
Okay. A 22.
Dornavar moves with a steady purpose. You knew him to be a very kind of meticulous archivist. And all of his work is very well labeled, collected, curated. And he's, you see him kind of pull together like a big, almost like a mind map of all of the dead gods that he's been able to read about. Some of which you're proficient in religion, right?
No.
Are you not? Oh, okay. Well, it's not something like you referred to it in the last session as mythology. So, in fact, are you proficient in history?
One moment. Yes.
Okay. Then I will allow you to make a history roll. I'll give you advantage because once upon a time you might have helped him collate some information like this.
Yeah, cool. Ooh, 17.
17. You know that Dornavar has been able to uncover references to 9 gods.
Okay. All right. So I get the number of gods, but not the names of them or anything like that.
Well, with a 17 history check, you could remember most of them. Cathandir is the one that Dornavar is pursuing here and seems to have been the main god that was revered in Darkusk, as you already know. I will give you that each god seems to have like twin domains or dual responsibilities. So Cathandir is not just the god of death, but also the god of memory.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I could give you them all. I think if you wanted them all, you'd probably have to go and talk to him about them. You knew there were 9. You know we're on about Cathandir.
I would watch him for a few minutes, and then I would go and stand next to him and look at his mind maps.
Yeah.
And just go, so, and I'll point to them.
Well, Cathandir is obviously still widely worshipped here on Chelenosh Prime. Not many places left across the Meridian deify these forgotten beings quite so devoutly as those from Darkusk. The KFZ seem to revere a prophet called Zakaz.
Zakaz?
Yes. He's one who I'm not sure really if he were defended the gods or kind of led a campaign for them long ago. Certainly seemed to be one who communed most closely with Cathandir.
Oh.
He was seen as a channel, a messenger. And I think, from what I can gather, that most gods had a singular messenger or saint.
Uh-huh.
I'm quite certain that back on our own home world, that we may have had saints from multiple gods pass through our history. I might even suggest that each of the 5 houses that once existed probably revered a different god.
Do you know what happened to Zakaz?
No, but it is something that I'd wish to learn more about. I'm sure the answers may lie in Laminigrod. It's a kind of not a mortuary, more of an ossuary, a very kind of sacred temple-like settlement that seems to have sprung up around the worship of Cathandir, and in particular the memory aspect of his domain.
I'm
hoping that some memories will be unlockable.
Do you have any idea how you're going to do that?
No. Although, sorry, will you just give us a moment? And he looks over, and the Legionnaire nods and walks out. I don't wish to put you in any harm. I came here myself because of what happened on Elaroon. I couldn't risk happening again. I'm not so cold as to dismiss the fact that your companions dispatched one of my legionnaires without so much as a leap to his defense. But if I'm honest, I've taken steps to limit the extent of my empathy towards them.
Is that so?
Yes, neither Malus nor Soren are actually elven, you see.
Oh.
They're constructs of my own making.
Oh. That's... When did you make them?
Well, after my first expedition to Erindor, some of the Harmonium Legionnaires returned in, let's say, quite fragile condition, as I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm.
My steps to use a more engineered, constructed soldier was to limit the risk to the psyche of any soldier that might be exposed to any psionic disturbance. As we've seen, it can be severely damaging.
Mm-hmm.
It takes severe discipline to guard against psionic power of the extent to which might have caused the sundering.
Of course.
And so we're all here at an incredible risk.
I see.
He combs his hair through his puts his hand through his blonde hair, and you can see a particularly robust ring which kind of glows with a arcane feedback.
Got you. So did anyone else on the Shattered Hymn know that you were building these constructs?
I kept it from the Archseer, perhaps foolishly, and I required the cooperation of a few other collaborators, not least contacts in the Stellar Concord, and from those willing to help aboard the vaunted Sabre.
Oh, which one is the vaunted Sabre?
Baroness.
Mm.
You do understand that if I were to be discovered fraternizing with the other houses without the explicit authorization of the Archseer, I could be banished, and if the Triarchy together were to discover my links to the Stellar Concord, then, well, Have you court-martialed or worse?
I do understand that.
Still, it's the price we must pay for a new vision. An era of discovery and cooperation is only blighted by diplomacy and bureaucracy.
Doesn't part of you think that you should share this this vision that you have?
Have more concrete evidence of what these networks are and how they work. Certainly, if I can come back to the triarchy having communed with a god, they'll have to listen.
And you hope that they'll turn a blind eye to your methods?
In my experience, Ina, the ends always justify the means.
Mm-hmm. So, these other gods, the five
Yes.
that you mentioned, belonging to their elven houses?
It's still a matter of debate. Obviously, I'm just trying to work out whether Darkusk is the exception or the rule. Did each house worship each god kind of explicitly and dogmatically, or was there more room for philosophical discussion? I mean, there are different domains that I'm sure would appeal across multiple houses.
Mm-hmm.
Take this one, and he points to Axiom. Axiom, the god of truth and principle. Sounds very much like a god that House Ormathax and perhaps House Velastra may have worshipped.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know for sure.
Well, I do know that my colleague embedded in House Coronith was a student of Carcass.
The god of...
War and might.
Makes sense.
But it remains a academic discussion until we can find more about how they were banished from the Meridian or what their instructions were. Did the gods cooperate? Were they warring between themselves? How could a divine being ultimately seed its own destruction? There are so many questions to answer. I'm sorry I wasn't more straightforward with you. You know, my objectives had to remain obscure for your own protection and your father's.
Mm. Sure. I'm not sure necessarily that's true. I don't think you would have told me unless I'd discovered you like this.
I understand it may take time to rebuild trust, Ina, but it's something that I'm willing to try.
Mm. You're leaving early in the morning.
As I must. I'd be grateful of the company if you and your companions are willing to join me. He kind of looks towards Corinne.
Just a kind of stern, pretty judgmental look coming from him, but he's not arguing.
Well, I'm afraid I must go for an evening constitutional. I will leave you and your companions for a moment, and I shall return before we must rest.
Let him go.
Just make an insight check, Ina.
Okay. Not at advantage.
No.
Oh, that is a natural 1.
What a strange thing to ask you to do.
I said, whack.
Whack. Okay, so you get a little bit of time alone in this makeshift camp amongst these ruined battlements.
Sam will come back through and say, here is a ration each, everybody. I've managed to scrounge up some stuff from the kitchen. Was he talking about gods? Couldn't really hear from him there.
Yes.
The fella's obsessed with them. Quick, Sam, while it's gone, you got that thieves kit about. Just leave it lying around, just in case there's anything in these bits. Looking at the chests.
Oh yeah, there seems to be loads of clobber in here, mate. Yeah, but the gods thing, like gods, they don't exist, right? They've not been around for a long time. Is that
in your mind, O'Tua, you hear, I believe this man is quite insane.
Right? I mean, he seems like a lovely bloke, but he's obsessed with these gods. And he's trying to talk to dead ones. I mean, how can he talk to gods? Never mind dead gods.
I am interested in uncovering more about the Nemocrux network, and perhaps acquainting with other nodes like myself. I believe his faith in the Nemocrux network as a vessel for speaking to the gods is naive.
As long as you can keep us safe and you know, I don't want us to be setting off any more sunderings. I think once in a lifetime is enough.
The Nexodus goes quiet.
He's obsessed with these dead gods, Zam.
I mean, do we trust him? We could, if we're heading the same way, it makes sense to build a bigger force. But didn't he try and kill us a couple of weeks ago?
Converging interests are one thing, trust is another.
I think we should go. I don't know if I trust him entirely, and I definitely believe we should keep our wits about us as always, but it's information that we want, and we wanted to find him for it. So I think it would be silly.
I mean, I feel like he's given us a bit of an advantage. You know, he's told us how all his doings and actions are completely against the entirety of the ascendancy. So, worst comes to the worst. If we don't like what he's up to, you take him back to the Ascendancy and expose him as a traitor.
One thing's for certain, he's here for his own gain. I mean, come on. All this talk about dead gods and what they can uncover and caring about who the Astral Ascendancy used to worship. Yet he has to hide his intentions from his Archseer. Doesn't even bring a single Astral Elf with him. Brings constructs instead.
You're right.
But if we keep him alive and follow him around, it'll be easier to find out what his intentions are.
I think so.
If you want, Kryn, you want to give us some sort of signal, or where we know he's crossed the line and we need to put a stop to whatever he's doing. Like I say, keep him alive, but
Like a code word.
something like that. So we all know when the line's crossed.
How about we should check on the Witter quick?
Simple. Love it.
Works for me. Oh, Tur, could I have a quiet word with you just for a second?
I'll look at you, use a bonus action, and talk to you like in our heads.
Did you say that if it doesn't work out, we could always take him back and expose him as a traitor?
Oh yeah, he's doing all this against the Ascendancy's wishes.
I didn't put you down as a grass. I didn't think that was what you were into. You go telling tales on him.
Telling tales. Have you seen how rich that palace was we were in?
Okay. I get you.
There's a ransom to be had there, mate.
Yeah, okay. We're on the same page. So what now then, guys? He's headed out in the morning, he said, didn't he? We
should rest here.
Could definitely do with a rest.
As you say that, Dornovar comes back in. Please, dear, I'm sorry that this abode is not suitable for a party of our size, but if you can find a cozy corner, feel free. He just goes and sits cross-legged in front of his desk, and you would see, that he prepares to go into his trance like you would do.
Okay. I won't do anything to intervene or say anything to him. I'll just let him crack on.
Mm-hmm.
I could take first watch. I'm fine with that.
I could do it after that.
Oh, Sorin will be posted outside. If you want to watch as well, you can,
Sam
but he doesn't need to
as
sleep.
well. Yeah. Sam would definitely still want to keep a watch.
And we're watching him. He's watching the door, we'll watch him,
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I would like to just kind of... Kryn's kind of senses are up a little bit. His suspicions are aroused. This is unlikely to do much, but I'm going to use a channel divinity just to divine sense. so that I can open my awareness to detect celestial fiends and undead. Or anything with the Hallow spell.
Yeah. What's the range?
60 feet.
60 feet. Yeah, you stretch out your senses. No such entities ping for you in your kind of magical awareness. But yeah, it definitely aids you in remaining vigilant.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing like one watch. I mean, it'll take, it'd be 3 2-hour watches alongside Soren, if that's what you want to do. So I guess, I don't know, Kryn, having used that, do you want to take the first watch, and then Zam can take a watch, and then hit one of either Otua or Ina can take the last one?
Yeah, sure. If we're taking watches with the whole long rest, is there still time to use an hour to identify an item? Or will that affect my ability to keep watch?
No, you can do that during your watch. That's fine.
Cool, because I earlier on in this dungeon found an unidentified ring. On the ground floor level when we first came in, it was in the chambers there.
Bear with me. Remind me where you found it.
So I think it was in those living chambers that we first encountered on the top level. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, before the foreman's quarters.
Yeah, it was before we took the lift, yeah.
Describe it to you in any way?
You might have done. I just put in my note that I found it in the Dolgort mines when we came in, so...
Mm-hmm. Okay, bear with me 1 second.
It was around the same time that Ina found the boots on that skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember what it is.
Uh-oh.
It is merely an adventurer's ring.
Adventurer's ring.
As you play with it during your watch, you notice that at the top of it, you can uncap it almost. It's got like a flip lid on the ring. And when you flip it, it's got like a mechanism that's almost like a lighter. And as you click it, it produces flame.
Sick.
The flame creates no heat and consumes no fuel, but it does shed bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. It's a permanent torch that you can activate as a bonus action.
Ooh.
Cool.
Useful for when you're down the mines.
Yeah, nice. I'll add that on. Yeah, and yeah, I'll take my watch.
Okay. You can just make a perception check.
Just a 7.
There's 7. You don't hear more across the 2 hours than the rumblings of the kind of subterranean structure that you're in. You can hear like the gentle journey of magma over distant rock, steam arising from when magma meets water. The occasional scurry or flutter of a creature on the, way outside the rubble of the battlements that you are camping in, but nothing that would cause you a disturbance.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
What it does remind you of, this heat and this rocky terrain that you're nestled in, is very, very early memories. When you spent many days cast amongst the stone.
Mm-hmm.
In a place far, far away. Just make a history check for me.
9.
As you get more and more tired, all of these retrieval cues around you, these, the rock and the smell and the sounds, you just think you hear like the faint sound of pickaxes. In your mind's eye, you see the silhouettes of large dragonborn just hammering relentlessly at a vein of rich ore, and feeling so weak by comparison. You clutch at your longsword almost absent-mindedly, the way you used to adjust your grip on a pickaxe, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come to as this harmonium soldier stands above you. I think it's time you got some rest.
Duly noted.
He nods and about faces and goes back out.
Yeah, I go.
Who's next?
Go and nudge Zam, I think it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me, please.
Sam, anything you want to accomplish, particularly in your 2 hours?
No, just kind of keeping an eye on the harmonium construct. As we said, kind of watching him more than the surroundings. Just seeing if I can pick up on any differences that we'd seen from the Astral Elf to the construct in Harmonium Legion wise.
You can make you'd have to make just a straight intelligence or arcana check.
They're both the same. Ooh, that one.
With a nat 1, you spend your time. You can't really notice any discernible differences in the armor. If Sorin wasn't wearing a helmet, it might be easier to discern. But with a nat 1, you pretty much think that you probably suss out a weak spot.
Okay.
If you ever had to jump a Harmonium Legion, you think you know exactly where to do it.
I'm on it.
I would like you to make a perception check, though.
Ooh, another nat 1.
Good.
Happy birthday.
Oh, should I go?
With a nat 1, it's quiet. It's almost too quiet. And then you hear in your mind. No, it's not something you hear, it's something you feel. You feel that pull. You've not felt it for a little while. Your mind's been on other things. But it's pulling you outside.
Outside
Yeah, like
of the
beyond these. Yeah, beyond the keep.
Do I know how far? Just a little bit, or
No, it's just your curiosity is sparked. Something's calling to you. You can't hear it, but maybe you'll be able to if you get closer to it.
I would go out this way onto this turret.
You look from the vantage point of the turret, and you can see way down a rocky hill. Maybe it's a lake, but the pull is stronger, and it seems to be calling just to you.
I think with a nat 1, I'd get closer.
Yeah.
Maybe like follow down the path a little bit.
Yeah. Make a survival check for me.
12.
For the 12, you are careful as you make your way down this rocky hill towards the lake. That's weird. You look across the shore, and this lake spans for, well, further than you can see in this darkness. But there's a little boat. It looks almost rotten, but you don't see any damage. Whatever is calling to you is on the other side of that lake. And it's strong now. You've not actually heard it so clearly before.
How bad's the boat?
As you go and look at it, you actually think that a couple of the holes that are in the hull that you could plug with your unique physiology, making it uniquely seaworthy and buoyant under your own steam.
And is it like a fast current? Is it slow? Does it look like a huge distance? Does it look makeable?
It is completely still. This lake is bathwater.
Yeah, I'm going to go for it.
Okay. I would like Otua or Ina to make a perception check at disadvantage.
I got a +6 perception. How about you? No. Okay, I'll do it. 23.
You wake up of your own steam. You knew in in your trance, you knew that you'd be expecting Zam back before now. And you snap out of it. Zam is gone.
Oh, shit.
There's no sign of him.
I will wake up the other two.
And we will see what their response is after the break. Catch you in a bit.
Guys,
See you in a
I
minute.
rolled 2 nat ones. I had to do it. Don't hate me.
No. welcome back. Hopefully none of your friends ever go missing in the night, but that is what has happened with Zam. Ina wakes to that realization. And did you say, Ina, that you'd wake everybody else, or wake Kryn up, or wake everyone else up?
Wake Kryn and O2 up. Just with a very quiet, like, shake, and Zam's gone. Zam is gone.
What?
Shh.
What do you mean Zam's gone?
He's not here. It was his watch, and he's gone.
Don't you have some way to communicate?
Not without having seen him first.
Well, if we're going after him, it's going to have to be all three of us.
I think we should leave a note.
It's your prerogative.
I'm hoping we don't need one. We're not going to be that long. Hopefully, he's just outside somewhere.
Dornavar is the same as me and only needs a 4-hour trance, so he could wake any time. So I'll scroll a note that just says, gone for an explore. We'll be back soon.
As you scroll in the note, his eyes flicker. Everything okay?
Yeah, we're just gonna go and explore.
Well, I packed all my things last night, and Sorin and I are good to go. We need to make haste. Credit to you for suggesting an early start. Are you sure you're ready? Mechanically, if you leave now, you will forfeit a long rest.
Even me?
Yeah, your sleep has been interrupted.
Actually, we could rest for longer, but it's early. But you'll notice that Zam is missing. So really, we want to just find him, bring him back, and finish our rest.
I could dispatch Sorin to try and track him.
If you think that he would do that quickly and efficiently and safely.
Sorin and I can maintain a mental connection. It's much more reliable than sending out a search party, I would suggest. Sorin. And he just comes in from the other battlement where Zam was. It seems as though our gelatinous friend has absconded. Our party are quite concerned for his welfare. Could you go and track him down? And Sorin just salutes. And then goes.
I'll follow Sorin.
Oh. Sorin is particularly agile and particularly quick. Are you going to try and keep up with him?
I will. I think I've got something for that. My final channel divinity for the day. I will use my Peerless Athlete ability for 1 hour.
Very good.
Cool.
You see Sorin stows his two-handed weapon and leaps between the rock. Yeah, just give me, now that you've used it, give me some advantage on your athletics checks.
Okay. Ooh, 25.
Yeah.
Damn.
You keep up with Sorin as you jump between the rocks, making hastily for keeping up with Sorin. Sorin just pauses for a moment, and he's going to make a survival check to see if you're going in the right direction. He stops as you kind of land next to him, and as he kind of looks around, he then takes off his helmet. And what you see beneath the helmet is an approximation of an astral elf. In this, being this close to him, you can see though, like just lines where his kind of mechanical joint in his jaw would be. Couple of lines either side of his eyes, and his pupils seem to adjust like independently of one another. It's a really, really good likeness of an elf, but standing this close is unmistakably a machine. He turns to you. The trail's gone cold. He has unusual footprints. His weight doesn't seem to shift between the heel and the toe like most people's does.
It's quite unique, that one.
Still, there's not many other places he could go. Perhaps consulting with Master Ormathax will give us a clue as to the directions he could have gone.
Yeah, I will start looking around. Rather than looking for things like footprints, which Sorin has sort of attempted to do and exhausted, I'm looking for anything that I think would interest Zam, or anything that looks like it's been disturbed.
Very good. I will give you your own perception check.
Okay. Not too cracked at these, but just a 9.
Nothing.
I'll shout out Zam's name.
You shout out, and the echo reverberates, but you get no response.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, wait to see if Saren... It seems like he's contacting Dornovar.
But yeah, he puts his finger to his ear. It's a negative on the perimeter search. Master Ormathax, we shall return. Those people back in the battlements, Otua and Ina, you can see Dornovar receives a message, and he asks Ina for your help.
Yes.
Some parchment, quill and ink, please. And he starts kind of just clearing space on his desk.
I'll get those things.
Okay. 1 second. He says you can either check the map or assist me with this spell. Which do you want to do, Ina?
I will assist him with the spell.
Okay. Then I will give you an Arcana check.
Okay.
You're quite good at these, are you? You get a feature that allows you to.
Yes, and I do still have one of those left on this dice.
Mhm.
So make a check, and then I've got a d6 to roll on top of it. 22.
Okay, with a 22, Dornavar leaves you with some arcane inscriptions to transcribe while he checks the map. You create a 4th level spell scroll.
Ooh.
Which is the spell Locate Creature.
Cool.
So you can add that into your into your inventory. Whereas when Sorin and Kryn return, Dornavar has got a map of the area. And he basically says, it looks as though there's 2 places Zam could have got to. There's a small jetty just beyond the peninsula where we are. And that was very close to where you just were, Corinne, but you missed it. I suggest that is the only way he could have gone. If we can find a way of crossing the lake, we could cast that spell when we arrive to Luminogrod and find Zam. It's the only place he could have got to.
Sounds like the only choice.
Well, there's no point rushing. Sorin, go and requisition supplies to make a raft if necessary, or go and investigate the jetty. The rest of the party will gather their things, eat some breakfast before setting out. Dornavar seems to naturally assume a position of authority. If you choose to wait for another hour, that will complete your long rest while you gather your things.
But that will allow Zam to drown.
You don't know where Zam is.
You need to rest.
Is that Kryn and O2 who have completed long rest, or just Ina because she's only needs 4 hours?
Ina will have completed her long rest, but the rest of O2 and Kryn would need a bit more time, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, do we need a bit of time for... Oh, what's the Harmonium Legion man called?
Yeah, Sorin is his name.
Sorin. Do we need a bit of time for him to make a raft anyway?
If one is needed, he'll go check out the J.
Kryn will just let out a frustrated sigh, slump up in the corner, lower his hood, and get straight back to sleep.
Then everyone except Zam can take a long rest.
Sorry, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We think you're great.
I rolled the dice. It's on me.
Oh, please do all remove a ration as well. Sam, you don't need to do that just now. But...
Zam handed out us some rations earlier, didn't he?
Yeah, one ration.
Yeah.
Gave everyone one each.
That's good.
Okay. Hold on one sec. Then, Sorin returns after about an hour and says, yeah, he's been able to deconstruct the jetty itself to make a raft. Yeah, it'll be ready. He kind of picks up as much equipment as he can as Dornavar puts together his work in a map case and picks up Ina, you would see a particularly robust spellbook, and he closes it over with a lock. As soon as the clasp goes into the lock, the spellbook seems to disappear.
Oh, okay.
He then puts a cloak over. Well, let's go and find your friend.
Yeah.
Right. After 20 minutes or so, you get to this lakeside where Sorin's raft is there for you. It's a subterranean lake that goes across maybe a mile. But the water is perfectly still. Dornavar kind of rubs his eyes. He has dark vision, but he says, my eyes aren't quite what they used to be. Would any of you care to take point?
I can do it if no one else feels.
O2 will go stand at the front.
Dornavar says, now be careful with this. And he produces a spyglass. Okay. As you all get on the raft, Sorin pushes off. And Dornavar just says, what direction? O2, you can make a perception check with advantage with the spyglass. If you add that to your inventory, it may be important later.
30-20.
Okay. You point out the direction of where basically there's like a valley over the other side, and you can see like not even structures at this point, but you think, well, you know, if this lake is formed of a river, then that's where it would be. And if, you know, if a town had formed down here somewhere, then by the lakeside or by the river would be where you would normally put it. So you make your way across. It's really, really still. You look around for Zam through the spyglass, and there's no sign. What are you all doing / thinking while you're aboard this raft, other than Otua, who's navigating?
Sussing out Dornavar.
Yeah.
Failing to obfuscate his judgment.
Oh, that's weird.
But I will leave it to Otua to actually look at the way.
Sorry, there's just weird stuff going on with Dornavar's token. Dornavar looks more, whereas most people on this raft will look quite anxious, especially Otua looking out for his friend. Dornavar looks quite excited. Ina, what are you doing?
I will be nervously sort of messing around with my diagnostic prism, which I would like to look at Sorin through, please. Like, I'm just sort of like playing around with it and just like holding it up to my eye and looking around. But when I look at him, it should tell me its current HP, any active conditions, and whether or not it's hostile. It's be good to know.
As you look through the diagnostic prism, you can see, you almost get like a readout of his construction, almost like schematics. You can see that his makeup and his power source and things like that. He's got 65 hit points. He is not hostile.
No conditions, I would imagine.
No conditions.
Okay.
Okay. I want each of you now to make a perception check, apart from Otua, who's using his perception in a more focused way.
Can I guide myself?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry, ignore that. 16.
Bryn, you look down at the crystal clear water. You run your hand through it because it's so dark you can't see to the bottom, but as it pours out of your hand, you can see it's the finest mineral water. It smells fresh, tasty, even. Ina, you look down and you press your finger just to break the surface of the water, and it pings like a musical note in your mind.
Huh? Just from
check.
touching the... Yeah. I will use one of my, because I've had a long rest now, I'll use one of my theurgic insights for this, please.
Is that advantage on an Arcana check?
No, it's plus a d6. So 17.
17. This lake is so still, but it is almost acting like an amplifier. It is amplifying psionic signals.
Mm.
In fact, it might, any sort of psionic abilities that anybody has in the party, it might amplify in some way.
Interesting. Then I think in that case, can I spend a couple of psionic points, 2 psionic points, to be able to see both in darkness and magical and non-magical darkness to a distance of 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's 3. That's 3 psionic points that cost me.
You open up your third eye.
Yeah.
And in this instance, your maximum range will be extended to 120 feet.
Cool.
Your consciousness spreads out. You can see at the edge of your consciousness a settlement. But you're not getting much psionic feedback from it. It's really quiet.
Okay.
You focus in at a similar time through the spyglass. Now you can see the outline of a dockside town, a settlement. You see jetties and buildings. Looks a bit dilapidated from what you can see, but it's hard to make out the detail in this low lit subterranean cave. Anything else anybody wants to do?
I'm just focused on keeping an eye on Dornavar, that's all.
Looking for signs. If I can see a point where we're heading to, just that's where we're heading over there, and then looking for signs of life.
I give you advantage on a survival check now.
18.
Yeah, with an 18, this comes into view.
Ooh. So this is the quiet settlement that I saw.
Yeah. You will. So you're not quite there yet, but this is what you can see amongst the rocks. A partially submerged subterranean city of Liminigrod.
Is it lit up like that?
Yeah, there are various glowing points. Yeah. It might not look quite that lit, but yeah, there's definitely places like that you can see. With an 18, it's not long before you find a place to dock. As you're doing that, we will skip forward, or skip backwards in time to Zam. Zam, when you crossed that lake, it was like the pull was stronger. And the closer and closer you got to the settlement on the other side, the louder that call became. As you moor your boat, however, and you step off onto the shore, I just want you to make a charisma saving throw.
Six.
You are no longer operating under your own faculties.
Yeah.
What is it, Zam, that you resent most about Otua?
There has been times in the past 5 years that I don't think he's telling me the whole story about stuff. And I think he's telling me his versions of things. But because I'm always with him and there's no libraries and no internet, like I get all my knowledge from him of the world and the universe. I sometimes feel like I'm getting a jaded view of an ex-scrapjacker rather than an objective view of the universe.
Well, the time has come then for Zam to stop listening to that little jaded scrapjacker and start to find his own truth. And that truth has led you here. You're not sure what you're looking for, but you have a strong sense that this is where you are supposed to be.
Is it a calming presence or is it like an anxiety type of thing?
The closer you have got to this place, the more right it has felt.
Okay.
Do you want to have a look around?
Absolutely.
Then make a survival check for me, and I'll give you advantage.
I'm going to need it the way I've been rolling. I've rolled 2 1s, an 8, a 5, and a 4.
You
Mwah.
make your way around this submerged town, city, and you're wandering for a long time. And it's very strange. He's not seen anyone. We will skip back to the others as they moor their raft. Dornavar pats you on the shoulder, Otua. Well, that's some good navigating. This is Laminigrod, according to my charts. Not as welcoming as I imagined.
Oh, how have Zam got here?
Sorin looks across the jetty. There is one boat moored at the jetty other than your raft. He would have done well to cross the lake on a vessel in that condition. Dornavar turns to you. Go on.
If we're at the jetty, I don't know if I'd be like hanging around for him to tie us on or anything. It'd be like literally as soon as I could jump.
You get in the water?
No, I'd be jumping to get onto the jetty and off we go.
Okay. Dornavar goes to warn you, but sees that you're kind of overtaken with the urge to find your friend. Is there anything anyone else does to try and assist Otua in this endeavour?
Certainly coming after him, but I'm following his lead, I guess, because I figure he's more in tune with where he might be. Yeah.
And you're relying on Otua to intuit where Zam might be?
I mean, he seems to have his own idea of what he needs to be getting on with, so I'm certainly following him.
Sure. Otua, you see this city branches out left and right. You can see, as it is in the picture, partially submerged columns. This jetty that you've kind of jumped onto as makeshift seems to be at a mid-level of a construction. Zam could be anywhere. It could be above or below. You've got no idea even where to start looking.
No, it'd be like panicking. Like, this is a whole city. Like, where do we even start? And it's like almost frozen with too many decisions for where it could potentially be.
Oh, as O2 is saying that, I turn to Dornavar and ask him, should we expect guests, the denizens of this place?
Well, given the information I received from Darkusk, I would expect some religious perfunctories. I didn't expect it to be this quiet, though. I'd probably look for... If we're looking for people to ask, probably look for a temple or ossuary or graves of any kind. It seems to be the type of thing that worshippers of Cathandir seem to focus on. However, Ina,
Yes.
I think your previous workings could assist us in this matter.
On the Wayfinder Sphere?
Oh dear, the spell you just spent time transcribing from my book.
Oh, I see. Yes. Can I cast that?
You can with an Arcana check.
Oh, okay.
It is a DC 14. You have to use... Oh, no, sorry, it's not an Arcana check. It's a spell casting ability check. Which is charisma.
Because you can't do 4th level spells naturally yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's intelligence, actually, for me.
Oh, yeah, intelligence, not charisma. Cool.
Which
DC
I
14.
think says my feared spell casting is a +8. Is that right? Yes.
So it's proficiency plus intelligence, yeah.
Yes. Can I roll that anywhere easily?
Roll a d20 and add 8.
Okay. $20.
You cast the locate creature spell.
Yeah.
I presume you're trying to locate Zam.
Yes.
Yeah, he's found his way into the far side of the city, but it's probably about 800 feet away, rather than within the 1,000-foot range.
Okay.
So you would be able to lead the way?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second. Let's get the tokens. Zam.
Yes.
You have found yourself some kind of you find yourself in some kind of place that you can relate to. You see this building and you kind of put your hand out in front of your face, and you can see the remains of your bones in the jelly-like substance. And as you move your hand down, you see that actually the structure that you've found yourself to is made of bones.
Oh. That's comforting to me.
I think the way you feel right now, it feels like where you're supposed to be.
Is there a door? Can I enter?
Yeah, it's just a huge archway.
Yeah, then I would proceed.
Give me a sec. Come on. My Roll20's been real slow. Just need to check that all your tokens have got vision. Ina, as you progress trying to hone in on Zam's location, your dark vision begins. The further away you get from the lake, your dark vision just returns to normal. It's still like magical, and it's just not 120 feet, 60 feet.
Oh, okay. Right.
You eventually get to this temple of bone-like structures. It's got strange runes carved into it. Oh, to her. As you approach, as you follow Ina, you can see her and Dornavar look kind of quizzically at these etchings. And Nexivus pipes up in your head. Ah. I believe these are an old version of Chelling.
The bones, language.
They're arranged in a way which seems to suggest hallowed ground. If there are indeed worshippers of Cathander here, this may be the place they would congregate.
So it's a temple.
Of sorts.
Is there anything else written in the bones?
Bear with me.
Loading.
One phrase is repeated many times in different contexts, but almost to hammer home the point. The word is Stahl.
Sorry, can you repeat that word? Oh, Stahl.
And what does that mean?
The literal translation is stillness. This may be less of a temple more of a tomb. However, in other contexts, it may mean silence or death. Good luck.
Thanks, Nicholas. Guys, the some of them bones might be. I mean, not there's a bit on the nail on the head, but might be serving as a bit of a warning.
What can we do though?
I think Crane will. His hunch is going again, and just out of habit of being extra aware, I'm going to do the same as last night. I'm going to use a channel divinity, and just with the vanilla standard ability, Celestials, Fiends, or Undead.
No such pinging. Zam, do you have dark vision?
Yes.
To 30 feet.
It is. Let me double check.
And just to check while you're doing that, the bit that it says about things being consecrated or desecrated, not relevant.
That is a really tricky one for me to answer.
It's a bit vague narratively, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I will say at one point it was consecrated ground. Sorry, Gav, was it 30 feet?
30 feet, yeah.
Okay. Zam, you wandering through this place, and you are start to doubt yourself. Maybe Otua is just smarter than you. Maybe that's why he's the captain and you just do everything else. I'd like you to make another charisma saving throw, please.
9.
Is that a save or a check though? Or is it the same?
Same modifier here.
Oh.
You find yourself in a chamber. A chamber that seems to amplify your thoughts, make them clear. And as you look over into this, while you come to this chamber, you see a pool of water in a ceremonial tub. And as you look over and you see your reflection, Sam, you see the picture from the credentials, the handsome, blonde man that you used to be. This man, who you can see before you, had a brain. He wasn't some lackey, some malformed goo sidekick to Otua. He was a feared scrapjacker. Not to be outsmarted, not to be taken advantage of. You feel like you could reconnect with that man if you could only reach out and touch him.
I think as he does reach out to the pool, you'd notice that like he's lost a lot of his characteristics. Like he's more blob-like. His fingers have all melded into like a mitten rather than individual fingers, and his facial shapes like disappeared. It's just like he's all starting to round and just become formless as he reaches forward.
As you touch the water, you no longer just hear your own thoughts. But the thoughts protector, you hear a welcoming embrace. My child, long have I slumbered. I awake for you. Will you serve me?
Is the reason I am here.
This is your home.
Who are you?
He says, this voice says, I am like you. I am new.
New.
We have no need of the past. Memory is just baggage. Old resentments to hold on to. They weaken us. Cast them aside. And join me.
I think as he says that, all the equipment and the skeleton inside Zam falls away, just into a big pile around the basin. And in train spotting style. He just goes straight in into the basin.
Welcome, my child. Hey.
Oh,
You are at the threshold looking in to this temple. Ina, Sorin, Otua, Dornavar. Ina, you feel that he's close.
I concentrate on where exactly he is.
He is almost directly ahead of you, maybe about 60 feet.
Yeah, we'll go that way.
Move your token in that direction.
Okay.
I am seeing something a lot different to you guys.
Yeah. 2, 4, 8. Can I go any?
Hit a
Ooh,
wall.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's through the wall.
Yeah.
Press consent. Okay. I'll look for a way in.
Left or right?
Left.
Sure. As you wander down into the temple, you can see this huge bone that you accidentally walk across as you are looking for Zam. Just making, well, in fact, the rest of you, you'd be concentrating on that. The rest of you could make a nature check if you wish.
Sure, why not? Natural 20.
To it.
Yeah.
Unless a space whale crushed beneath the Earth's crust, or there's one in that giant fucking lake, then this bone is bigger than anything you've ever seen or heard of.
Presumably, I've seen a space whale before in all my years of traveling through space.
Yeah,
so
it's
would I
the only thing that would be of approximate size, but even looking at it with a natural 20, it doesn't look like a whalebone.
Yeah. And obviously, logically thinking, how the hell could that possibly have got down here as well?
Yeah.
Guys, you've seen that huge bone? That's just insane.
I think Kryn is almost taking no notice of it, not even really clocking it because he's focusing on running after Ina.
Mm-hmm.
Can you sense his location?
Through the wall. the other side of this wall. And I'll go down this way, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
What can I see?
See, as you kind of came across this way, it's like pools of water that seem to give off a slight glow. They're arranged in these kind of like ornamental pots. You can see bones. Some of the, obviously you can see the giant bone you walked across, but there are some bones here sticking out of the ground which are much more humanoid size.
Okay.
There is a pillar in front of you with a path to the left or to the right. To your right would be where you're getting a ping from.
Yeah, I'd follow that round. Is Dornavar coming with us?
Yeah.
Is it this way? Am I doing the right thing?
Uh-huh.
And then round that way. Oh, it's really hard for me to see anything.
It's a little squeeze.
And then
As you
up
go
here.
around this corner, yeah.
Ta-da! Well, yeah, do I see him?
Zam, you are stood in one of these pools. The rest of you, Zam is just, it doesn't react, it's as if he doesn't see you.
Do we see him as Gav has been describing, like almost formless and
Yeah.
in the pool?
Yeah.
I think I like push past Kryn and Ina, like, Sam, what's going on, buddy? What's happened?
Sam doesn't respond.
Can I attempt to talk to him
however,
telepathically?
Yes, you may.
Sam, what's going on, man? How did you get here? Are you okay?
Has joined me.
Sam?
You always held him back.
Who are you? What have you done with Sam?
I do not wish to commune with someone so treacherous. However, I am willing to speak to my sibling.
Your sibling?
Nexivus pipes up in your head, Otua. How interesting. Will you let me speak to them?
I mean, as long as I can hear what's being said.
I'm not sure if that's possible.
I gotta try like break out, like to guys, something strange happening next to us.
As you say the word Nexivus, I want you to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah. 16.
You make it through the rest of the sentence you're about to say.
The next of us is trying to talk to. There's something else talking on Sam's behalf, saying about a sibling, and
Is
now
Crin's
next to us
here
is trying
in
to talk.
even just the middle of this? That's enough for Crin. He's going to dive and try and tackle Zam out of the water.
Sure, let's do a contested athletics check, shall we?
Let's indeed.
That's between Zam and Crin.
25 to beat.
15.
You tackle this gelatinous mass that is emanating from this pool, and Zam, you resume your consciousness.
Zam, snap out of it.
No, Crin, I'm home. And he pushes you off to go back.
Oh, I still interject. What do you mean home?
This is home.
I look towards Ina and Otua with a look of anything you can do here.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go to try and physically help. I'll try and hold him out. Zam, snap out of it, buddy. What's happening?
It's where I'm meant to be.
Zam, since being tackled from the water, those feelings will still be very strong. But it's almost feelings that it's like a dream you just had. You can't be sure that it's real.
What are you guys doing here?
Came for
You
you.
disappeared.
What are you doing here?
We were
You're supposed to be on watch, and all of a sudden you've hopped on a boat and travelled across a lake to a whole city.
what? We were at the keep.
That's where we were.
So how do you think you got here?
I feel like I've always been here.
It's been a few hours, buddy, but you've gone and left us, and somehow found your way in this temple or tomb and let yourself into a puddle of some sort.
This also confusing. This thing called to me. I was led here.
Why don't we get away from this thing and discuss this outside?
Agreed.
Go on, buddy. It's okay. We'll figure this out.
Keeping my arm around Zam's shoulder as we...
Yeah, he's
Walk
not
out.
resisting anymore. He's more like bewildered and
Mhm.
knackered, exhausted type of thing. I need to talk to this thing.
Maybe talk to us first.
Yeah, you
Your
haven't
mind,
slept.
Zam,
Let's get some air.
they won't understand. They're not like you. They're not like us.
He is obviously not had a long rest. He'll have a level of exhaustion. If you want to shepherd him somewhere, he's not going to resist you, but he's just a little out of it.
Yeah, maybe we just go just back outside the entrance. It's close by, right?
Bear with me 1 second. Sorry, my roll20's been so slow.
Well, while we're trying to leave, can I just psychically link to Kryn just to say, I know we need to look after Zam, but if that's an Exodus in there, we can't let Dornavar go in there on his own.
Took the words out of my mouth. Maybe on the way out, then I kind of...
If Zam's safe and outside, just focus on Dornavar, I think.
Yeah, I think if perhaps when we're passing out, I've scorned Dornavar a little bit and angrily demand an explanation, and that he comes outside with us and talks.
Bear with me 1 second. Why is this happening? Sorry. I've got token. There we go. That's not the one I want. Ah. Oh. Sorry. Sorry, so you're exiting and you're scolding Dornavar?
Yeah, I quite sternly demand that he comes outside with us and offers an explanation.
As you are shepherding Zam out, who has a level of exhaustion, at the top of the stairs where you came in, you can see a human in long black robes, their hands clasped together in a kind of semi-quizzical but also semi kind of welcoming kind of expression on his face. Who goes there? Hello?
Outside now, and I'm pushing Zam towards the exit and ushering us all that way, including this new person.
He's stood at the threshold. Welcome. What seems to be the problem?
Outside.
This is a holy place. You have nothing to fear.
And at this point, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm prepared to manhandle this guy outside if he... And I make it obvious.
Okay. Bear with me 1 second. Come on, roll 20. He lets you go past him, but when you get to this threshold, you just bump into an invisible barrier. I'm sorry, you've entered the ossuary of Cathandir and you haven't made tribute. It'd be quite impossible for you to leave.
I grab him by the scuff of his collar. I say, open it, or we'll offer a sacrifice instead.
Make an intimidation check.
Okay. Getting impatient.
Can I connect with the guy psychically and say I'd listen to him if I were you to offer some assistance?
Well, he's already rolled now. 18. With an 18, he seems it seems strangely unmoved by your threat. What I would like you to do, please, is make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, God.
It's an 8.
Can you roll me a d10?
Yeah, I think I can do it like
One.
It is a 1.
Yeah.
100 damage.
Can you roll me a d4?
Okay. Four.
You, this priest-like character, kind of says, "Be my guest," and Corinne, you just pause for a second, and you are under the. You wouldn't know this, but you're under the effect of the confuse spell. You rolled a 1, which means you are going to change direction, and you're going to start heading north.
Okay.
Straight up.
Is that any particular distance, or do I?
All your movement.
Oh, okay.
Dash action as well.
I think.
Wait, where are you? What are you doing?
Where are you going?
I'll guide you.
Yeah, I maybe hit a dead end. I'm not sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh god, yeah, dash.
4, 5, 6. The rest of you, what are you doing? You see Kryn just storms off. Looks
What did you do
confused.
to him? What is going on in this place?
I merely ask that you observe our traditions.
I would love to, but my friend here has just daydreamed, sleepwalked his way into your temple from the other side of your lake on his own, and I think it'd be in his best interest if we leave.
He obviously came all this way for a reason.
And
Perhaps it is Cathandir's will.
well, maybe we can discuss that reason outside when a bit of breathing space.
I wouldn't let your friend go too far unaccompanied. Who knows what other traditions he may trample over.
How strong's my pull to stay, Dan?
Very strong.
Okay.
Do you want to make another charisma saving throw?
I mean, not particularly, but now you've asked. A 5.
Almost overwhelming.
I'd say to we're not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Well, just take a second. Just let's sit here and let's talk out what on earth has dragged you over here.
I told you. This is home.
But you've never been here before. How could this be your home?
In your mind, Sam, how does he know everywhere you've been?
You don't know that, Otua.
I don't know what.
Where I've been.
I mean, I've known you most of my life. I mean, I don't think you've been to a sacred city beneath the surface of a planet we've visited a couple of times.
What do you think this is? And puts his hand up in front of your face. I am not merely the scrapjacker that you once knew. This, and he'll play with the goo in his hand. What is it?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. But something here does. The
What does?
scrapjacker that you once knew isn't the person before you. I am more than that. I'm here to find answers.
From what? From who?
While I was in that room, I was conversing with something that could have helped me.
Priest pipes up at this point. You were spoken to.
Who are you?
I am Brother Kalis.
Yes, Kalis, I was spoken to. I joined.
I attend to these halls. It is a lasting duty, one that I will serve until my last breath. However, no one has received the word of Cathandir since his lordship, Zakaz. This is most prosperous indeed. One of our turns round. A hint of jealousy? Well, we must find out from whence these words have came. Lead on, Brother Kalis.
No. We're staying right here, thank you.
We're not in any danger here, Otua. I understand that you are concerned. I disappeared in the night. If you trust me, this is where I should be at this time.
You, I trust. Whatever's dragged you here in the middle of the night, I don't see a reason to trust.
I agreed the methods and the timing were poor, but I am part of this place, and this place is part of me. I need to find answers while we're here. They put a hand on your shoulder.
Can I roll an insight just to see like how genuine I think Zam has been, whether I think that's him talking.
I mean, Gav, you can make either a persuasion or deception. If you feel more led, if you feel this is genuine for Zam now, given what he's heard, then you can make persuasion. If you feel that this isn't actually how Zam would act, you can make deception.
Just do a D20, Gav, so we don't see what it is.
Yeah. I'll give you advantage, so you can take the highest of either one. And Otua, you can make insight straight roll against it.
Can I guide Otua?
Yeah.
I'm going to do physical dice.
15.
$19.
Oh,
Sam reaches out his arm and puts it on your shoulder. And in the familiar way that he's done before, where he holds around the back of your neck and pulls your head forward so your heads are touching. Please, I need this.
I don't like this, buddy. I don't like it one bit.
I don't like you having a metal arm and some weird thing that lives inside it. I understand. But if we leave this place, I'll never get the answers that I need.
you just got here.
I've always been here.
That's just not true.
I'm from here.
Donovan, do you have any idea what's going on here? Or your
He's like looking through his
research?
charts. No idea. Corinne, make me a wisdom saving throw.
No, God.
Yeah, where's Green on? Off to the shop.
Oh, God.
Roll me another
Chris.
D10, if you will.
Why no one go after him?
You all chose to let him go. Oh, it's the same direction. We're still heading north. Oh no, it's what? Sorry, that's not.
Yeah, there's the D10s first, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't move or take any action, so you're just kind of stopped.
Okay. Yeah.
I can see him, right?
What do you
Because
mean?
he
you can
walked like
see him?
60 feet. Can we see him?
Well, can you see him on the map?
No.
I can't
But I
see
don't think
anything
I
on
have
that.
my full magical dark vision on the map.
Does magical dark vision allow you to see around corners?
No.
No. Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I literally can't see anything on the map. I don't think my dark vision's on at all. But
Sorry, there you go.
that looks better. Yeah. Oh my God, where's Chris gone?
Sorry about that. Whoops. If you don't mind, guys, I'll just take 2 minutes just for a very short break, if that's okay.
Right, cool.
Okay.
Cool. See you in a minute.
Bye. Hi, welcome back after a short break. Kryn has run off. Zam wants to explore. Dornavar is curious. Otua is skeptical. What's the plan?
O2 is not holding Zam back reluctantly.
Okay. Then Zam, you going exploring? Or are you all trying to find Kryn?
Yeah, where's Kryn? Let's find
We should
Kryn
find
first.
Kryn.
All right, I'll. Are you guys coming? I'm gonna go. He went off over here somewhere, didn't he? Let me go get him.
Right,
Perhaps we
Did
should
you put
split
a
up to
spell
cover
on
more
him?
ground. Who are you talking to there?
the priest dude. What did you do to? Can you not bring him back?
I'm merely here to enforce the rules. I
What
didn't
are the rules?
use any magic. The rules are that if you pay tribute, if you enter the Temple of Cathandia, then you must make tribute to the god of death and memory. You'll be able to do that in the upper chamber, but please feel free to take in more of the majesty of this old place.
By tribute, you mean what exactly?
Well, Cathandia is the god of death and memory.
Explain it to us like we're tourists.
Zakaz made the most noble sacrifice in the name of Cathandia when he gave up his life. In the what does he say? In the war of, sorry, I've got it here somewhere. Hold on. Need to make sure I use the right word. Yeah, he would call it in the silencing of the ninth choir. Zakaz gave everything to ensure that those who perished would be able to pass on with Cathandia's grace. He stood for all of their memories. When followers of other gods would be consigned to oblivion. And it is in this place that we ask people to make tributes of their own. Not that I'd ask you to make the ultimate sacrifice as Zakaz did. But many people come here with burdens they wish to forget, or things they wish to remember. And we can offer an exchange.
People give up their memories.
To different extents. The Grey Wardens above the surface on Mester Valiok. They pretend like they're so different from us. but we are all cut from the same cloth here on Chelenosh Prime. This world is a vehicle for memory. And it's a world that Cathandir gave us. We're nothing without him. He teaches us who we are, allows us to recall it, and helps us to forget it when it might serve us better.
So, our friend, and I'll point to Zam, what do you think has happened to him or his memories?
Let us catch up with him and discuss it. Dornavar request you, Ina. Perhaps it'd be better if we split up to cover more ground. See more of the temple that way.
It's often quite dangerous.
Dornavar turns around and the priest, Brother Kalis, says, "Oh, you're in no danger here."
Let's get Kryn first. Together.
Well, he's not pushing it too hard, Dornavar.
No.
Once he started moving, again, I'd do the same, sort of connect with Ina and say, if there's a next of us here, then I don't think we should let him get it. Don't let him leave our sights. Don't let Donovan leave our sights.
Or Zam. Right?
I mean, as much as we can keep everyone together as possible.
Yeah, I think we should stick together.
Zam, you're the first to see Kryn. It just looks like he's... Well, in fact, you see him at this point, Kryn. You'll make another wisdom save if that's okay. You snap out of it.
Yeah, he's probably holding his head like...
Sam's just like, what are you doing?
That's that damn priest. Turn around and start marching angrily towards you.
Whoa, we're fine. Kryn, you're on the warpath. Like, we're okay here. Everything's okay.
Yeah, I look over. Zam is obviously kind of interjecting himself between. I'll look over angrily towards Brother Kalis. What does he look like?
He looks a little bit sheepish, but he doesn't harbour any resentment.
I think Kryn just goes, priests, and then spits on the floor.
Okay. Hold on. A second. Tributes can be made in the upper chamber. Please, do feel I'll accompany you, but feel free to explore. So to make a note of something.
Well, if we all need to make a tribute to leave this place, why don't we all go together and do that first?
Very well. Much of the temple, the pathways cross back on themselves. Feel free to explore. You basically put left or right, you'd be going to the right place. Who's taking point? Feel like Zam or Otua or Kryn. I don't know who.
We're fine here, guys. Let's go this way.
Okay. Zam, I just want you to make a perception check.
Perception. I'm good at that. 18.
The pathway branches, so you can get is one straight ahead, which is the north, or there's a pathway that goes out to the left. At the left, you feel like you hear something like scurry or skitter along the floor. It's too far away to make out, but it was moving pretty fast.
Then we will go north. Head away from the big thing.
Feel free to move your tokens up.
Okay.
Okay, in this room, you can see this one's partially excavated. You can see some old kind of mining tools. However, the excavation seems to be at least partly to store kind of excess bones. As you can see, a big pile to the left. Bryn, I'll give you the perception check this time.
Okay. Oh, nat 20.
Yeah.
With a nat 20, when you came in this room, you could have sworn you saw something jump down from where this kind of ceremonial bowl is and kind of dig its way into the dirt.
Ooh.
We're not alone. There, I just saw something burrow. Draw my sword.
Oh.
I thought you said it was safe in here.
You are quite safe.
What else is in here then?
I mean, we are very deep underground. We do get the occasional incursion from subterranean pests, but nothing larger than a rat or anything like that.
Can I...
Turn to...
Go on.
You go, Gav.
Oh, I was just going to say, can I inspect the bone pile?
Yeah, sure. What are you looking for?
Just like abnormalities, I guess. I'm just going through. Are they all regular skeletons? Are some of them animals?
Make a medicine check.
Or... 17.
Now, there is a mix. All mainly humanoid, but different races. Mostly, the most common denominator are the kind of slight elven skulls. In a couple of them, you can see an impact injury at the base of the skull. One that might be... It looks very deliberate.
Okay.
However, in some of them, you can see puncture marks that go right the way around the skull.
Ugh.
And in some of them, the top of the skull is missing completely.
Brother Kalis.
Well, in order to get him in the room, everyone else will need to shift up a bit. So I'll just move you, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Here. Yes, my child.
Is this how the thoughts are removed in such a violent manner?
No. Memories being donated as tribute is a non-invasive procedure. However, there are people who come to the Temple of Cathandir to make a more permanent tribute.
Ah, I understand.
Tell me, what did you hear? What did they say to you?
Who was I speaking to?
I can only presume it was Cathandir themselves. I hear no voices in this temple.
They welcomed me home and spoke ill of one of my comrades.
Home. He kind of goes to touch you. He's not trying to be disrespectful, though. Do you let him?
I'd allow him.
You are a wonder, my child. It is said that Zakaz was an extremely robust warrior, one who could physically grow to meet the demands of his enemies. If you are indeed another of Cathandir's prophets, I never thought that interpretation would be manifest quite so literally. You grow and shift and twist to meet the demands of your environment. You're a true marvel, my son.
Do you know what I am?
You are matter made of pure intent. You are something divine, of that I am sure. But we must commune with Cathandir to find the answers. If he speaks to you, then we must listen. Come on. There's exciting things ahead.
The prince that came before. Is he a prince, sorry?
Zakaz would not refer to himself as prince. More of he was a warrior, a prophet of the god of death. One who silenced his doubters and allowed his comrades to pass on in the name of his god. Guaranteed them safe passage to the astral plane, where they could spend out the rest of their eternities in the company of his lordship.
We should proceed.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
As you go around that way, Soren says, find another one of those rooms that we found Zam in. And Soren goes out this way.
There's another.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to turn back. He went that way.
Mind if I move you tokens, folks?
Can I scoop up a pickaxe?
Yeah.
Nice.
This chamber seems larger than the last.
Soren points to the south and then looks up to where you were going. It's like, oh, I meant the one down here, but you're right. Donovar joins you, Zam. Wow. Looks like an excavation site.
What would they
Turns.
be trying to find in a temple, Donovan?
Yeah, Donovan turns to Brother Kalis. I echo my companion's question. What is it that you were excavating here? Brother Kalis just says, we bury the bones of the dead amongst the very bones of Cathandir himself. This temple is an ossuary. Does not contain just the bones of his followers, his worshippers. But a millennia ago, when Zakaz allowed the followers of Cathandir to pass on to the astral plane, he allowed those who lived to retrieve the bones of the god themselves. They were hidden here, deep below the ground on Chelenosh Prime, because of the divine power that they contain. You are in an extremely special place. And as we progress to the upper chamber, and he touches the upper chamber, as he says the upper chamber, he touches his torso where his heart is. And he says, I bid you move carefully and respectfully. Zam, as you look ahead, you can make another perception check if you want.
13.
Ahead of you, you can see this pelvis-like structure.
You say pelvis or Elvis?
Pelvis.
Pelvis. Okay, I would proceed.
With a spinal column that seems to drive upwards.
Oh, jeez, what is that?
It becomes clear now that this temple of Cathandir is in a hollowed out body of a dead god. I think, boys and girls, before we move on to the next level, that might be a good time to call it.
Oh, I'm on the edge of kicking off here.
Where did you find this map?
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's crazy.
I love it.
I will actually throw credit out to Chepaku. It's one of those. But yeah, very much enjoying it. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you next time as we continue our journey through the Temple of Cathandir.